What's going on, guys? Crypto Lark here. Today we're going to be doing our Friday news roundup, looking at some of the hottest projects from around the space. Today we are talking about SONM, VeChain, NAV, Stellar, and PowerLedger, all in that order. Timestamps will be down below. Make sure you stick around till the end of this to see what next week's giveaway is gonna be. Now, before we get into all that, quick shout out, as always, to everyone who has been hitting that like button. Of course, everybody who has been subscribing to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you hit that button down below to stay up to date with all of the latest in the crypto space. Furthermore, this is, of course, not professional financial advice. This is just a dude talking about cryptocurrencies on the internet. Let's get into it, guys. It has been a rough week for cryptocurrency. Definitely a week for hodlers, not a week for weak hands. A lot of FUD in the market, mostly out of South Korea. The BitConnect debacle did not help. We saw a lot of downward movement, but now we're starting to see a little bit of recovery, which is always nice to see. Let's get into our first story of the day. Now, a few weeks ago, SONM launched their testnet. So this was really exciting news. They did this basically on Christmas, and so it was really exciting to see that actually coming out. Obviously, we're still waiting for the main product launch later this year, but the testnet is up and going. If you'd like to get some more information about that, they did do a Q&A session. It's like an hour and a half long, but they really, go into depth with a lot of these different questions you might have about that. So you can come over here and check that out. SONM has joined the Open Fog Consortium. We can add that right along to the Hewlett-Packard invites SONM to Cloud 28 Plus, adding to a nice range of partnerships for SONM. If you look at some of the names that they are now involved with, you can see SONM is really building up the partnership base, which is absolutely fantastic. Moving from strength to strength, SONM, and of course we're still a ways away from seeing the main product launch. Moving on to VeChain. VeChain global rebranding event. So VeChain will be rebranding. Of course, rebranding always gets a lot of excitement when it comes down to it, but it is just rebranding at the end of the day. The exciting news out of VeChain, though, are some of the killer partnerships they've been working on recently. Holy cow. Feng Hu Wang is a financial services industry in China. Chinese tobacco industry. Now, you can say what you want about the tobacco industry. Smoking's bad, guys. Remember, don't smoke. Maybe once in a blue moon. They're so good. Don't smoke, guys. It's bad for you. But they are working with the Chinese tobacco industry. Nice. Working with Hubei Sanxin. Cultural media, fantastic. Of course, working on publication. Absolutely just massive scope here of the partnerships that they're getting. Throw in with that as well, Healthcare Co. Limited. So that is a lot of partnerships that VeChain has been signing on to. So really exciting stuff there on the partnership front. And of course, they're always working on getting new partnerships. They'll be big in China, without a doubt. And of course, occupying that same space as our good buddies over at Walton Chain, but nevertheless, very exciting times. VeChain Thor Power. VeChain has decided to have a 2-token model where they'll have Thor Power, which will operate as the ether, so to speak, to pay the gas fees in the VeChain network. Very interesting development there. Moving on to NAV. NavCoin, so much going on over NavCoin. They have released their roadmap. Lightning Network upcoming. That, of course, is massively exciting. Will allow for atomic swaps. Atomic swaps, guys. We all love atomic swaps. So that's really cool. NAV change. This will be instant exchanging between NAV and other currencies. NAV Delta will be a payment gateway. Of course, they're working on lots of business partnerships. You need to get people using your currency in order to make it, I think, quite viable. They have a lot of great updates here named after New Zealand trees. New Zealand! So they have the Kauri tree update here. This is, of course, rebuilding the core wallet. NAV Tech 2.0, named after Remu, another great New Zealand tree. And of course, one important thing here too is Valence. Now, this is really a focus for them on building blockchain applications in the easiest way possible to let people have easy integration of websites and apps with blockchain technology. So very nice. They have been doing amazing things over here at NavTech. Not surprised at all. More good things expected. Keep up the good work over there, guys. And of course, NavPay mobile payment solution is out on Apple. So for all the Apple supporters, good stuff there. Moving on to Stellar. Stellar Lumens have got the McAfee pump, McAfee nod of approval, if you will. Now, it didn't result in the kind of action that we saw with the Verge nod. Maybe people are paying less attention to what McAfee says, or simply Stellar Lumens had already achieved enough value that a little wink wink nod nod from John McAfee didn't actually have such a big effect on the market, or maybe it just came at the wrong time in the middle of all that FUD. Project Aaron Aero is looking at switching blockchains. Now that's really interesting. Of course, they're looking at Stellar as an alternative, and they will be working on testing that out. Very cool stuff. Mobius token sale has sold out in very quick fashion. Unsurprisingly, this was, of course, a Stellar-based token, and we are seeing another ICO coming to the network, Terneo, digital advertising on the blockchain. So a lot of people are developing on Stellar. More and more business coming to the Stellar blockchain, so good times ahead there as well. Over at PowerLedger, they have been visited by BCPG Thailand senior leadership. Now, you may think, well, that's nice, Lark. What's that have to do with anything? The price of rice in India and all that stuff. Well, they are a big green energy player in Thailand, so it's certainly relevant. Great. Now, nothing's been signed, nothing's been decided on, but they have visited and they are talking to each other, so that is really cool. The team has been invited to the World Economic Forum. That is, of course, really, really, really big stuff, guys. These guys are playing big leagues now. Without a doubt, it's great to have Bill Tai on as their board advisor. I'm sure he's got some fantastic connections, but PowerLedger is getting so high level. It's amazing. Definitely a project that has legs. Definitely a project that a lot of people believe in. A lot of people are putting their energy behind. So it's really great to see that. They will be pitching to Richard Branson, as they are now the Extreme Tech Challenge finalists. So they are in the top 3. Very cool. Of course, getting that official nod from Richard Branson would be a big boon for PowerLedger as well. And the guys over at PowerLedger would just like to remind you of all the great ways that their platform is already being used. So, of course, that's from microgrids, village trading, apartment blocks, electric vehicles, and, of course, working on asset germination. That, of course, is bringing new renewable energy projects to the blockchain. Just a quick reminder about that. Now, next week, our community coin. 4 choices up. We have Achain, high performance blockchain, deep brain chain. So many chains. Oh my goodness. And of course, Wabi down the end there. There'll be links down for those below. Whichever one of these gets the most retweets will be the community coin of the week next week. I'll check in about Monday at noon New Zealand time, and whichever one has the most retweets by that time will be the winner. And finally, it is time to give away 555 Tron. Oh, it's Coben Hood like Robin Hood. 555. That is awesome. That was me. That's me. CryptoLark apparently means LOL in Thai, by the way. They rate 555 in their text messages. Your random information of the day. Thank God you're back. Tron, here. Ben. Congratulations, my friend. If you want to be in to win next week, we're giving away 55 NEM. Stick with the 5 theme. 55 NEM next week. Your NEM address in down below. NEM! Long live the blockchain. And peace out till next time, guys.